Chapter 7. The atmosphere in Princess Aisha's room became quiet. Princess Aisha was speechless after hearing what Seal said. This time it was Seal who broke the silence between them first. As I said, I can heal you, but you have to cooperate with me. Do you agree, Princess? Seal repeated his words to Princess Aisha again. Are you serious about what you just said? You didn't lie to me, did you? You don't say that just to make me happy, right? Princess Aisha still had doubts about Zeal and showered him with questions. Do you think came to you in the middle of the night secretly just to cheer you up, Princess? Zeal said nonchalantly. You're right, but can you heal me? Princess Aisha still couldn't believe Zeal. Of course, you will not only recover, but you will also become a great mage once you recover. This treatment may take a long time, at most 10 days, or it could be up to 2 months. It all depends on you. How is Princess? Would you like to follow my treatment? Zeal explained to Princess Aisha. I will follow it if what you say is true. You can do that treatment right now. Princess Aisha nodded and agreed. She was impatient and wanted to start her treatment immediately. Princess Aisha begged to believe what Zeal had said because she had no other way. Okay. Excuse me, Princess. Zeal walked over to Princess Aisha. He sat next to Princess Aisha. Then Zeal held her hands. His actions surprised Princess Aisha, and she reflectively withdrew her hands. What are you doing? How dare you do something so bold to me? Princess Aisha showed angrily at Zeal. She was not happy with Zeal's actions. I apologize for my presumptuous action, Princess Aisha. But do you know why your condition became like this? Zeal said calmly, despite seeing Princess Aisha's angry with him. What do you mean? Princess Aisha asked in confusion, her angry subsidence. Little thought it had not wholly disappeared. Your condition became like this not because of an illness, but because of the tremendous amount of mana in your body. Went out of control and ended up going berserk. Your mana flow is messed up, and that's why every time you use magic, you feel pain, like being stabbed with thousands of needles in your internal organs. Zeal explained Princess Aisha's condition in detail. It made Princess Aisha's body tremble. You, how did you know? Even my father and mother don't know about it. Princess Aisha was surprised by Zeal's explanation. She never told anyone about his pain, including his parents, because Princess Aisha didn't want them to worry about her. You don't need to know about it. All you have to do is trust me. Are you going to continue this treatment or not? It's all about to you. It's all about up to you, Zeal said, and offendedly to Princess Aisha. Princess Aisha just stared at Zeal silently. She tried to see what expression he had behind his mask. After looking at him for a long time, she took a deep breath and spoke. Yes, but if you dare to act bold and do things that cross the line, then I will scream. Princess Aisha warned Zeal. I know. All I did was hold her hands and flow my mana into you to help you control your chaotic mana flow. Zeal did not heed her warning. Are you a mage, Zeal? Princess Aisha was curious about Zeal, what Zeal had said. Princess Aisha was taken aback by Zeal's statement. Zeal can use swordsmanship, even though it's mediocre, and now he can use mana. She felt a little worried about Zeal. Mages need mana as cores of strength, while knights need aura to use mana. Our aura requires talent, abilities, and intensive training. But if you want to use both simultaneously, it's almost impossible. The magic circle and the area seal would clash and they formed one same body, resulting in severe and permanent injury. My first condition is that during the treatment, you shall not ask too many questions, let alone my matters, he said calmly to Princess Aisha. Yes, I understand. Princess Aisha firmly answered him. Give me your hand. Zeal saw Princess Aisha still hiding her hand behind her back after hearing his swords. Princess Aisha slowly extended her hand to him. Zeal held Princess Aisha white and soft hand. Princess Aisha was embarrassed because this was the first time she had physical contact with the opposite sex. Other than her father, Princess Aisha, I will start pouring my mana into your body. It might hurt, so please endure it. Feel and remember the flow of mana that I circulate into your body. This treatment requires extraordinary mana control, so you can't move too much and distract me. I'll start now. Zeal warned Princess Aisha. I understand. Princess Aisha answered thoughtfully. Grey mana entered Princess Aisha's body. Mana entered from her left hand, then goes to her heart and is spread throughout her body, starting from her brain, right hand, stomach, and legs. Zeal repeatedly circulated the mana inside Princess Aisha's body until she remembered the process. Princess Aisha was mesmerized by the color of Zeal's mana that she had never seen before. Princess Aisha's body suddenly became hot. She felt something sink deep into her. It entered not only her body, but also her soul. The pain she felt was different from what she had experienced so far. She felt her body melt at this moment. Zeal frowned upon hearing an erotic moan from Princess Aisha's mouth. Every male who hears it will arouse their wild lust. But that doesn't apply to Zeal. Instead of, he felt disturbed because people outside Princess Aisha's room could misinterpret what was happening in her room. He didn't want those people to become suspicious, check Princess Aisha's room, and disturb Zeal while in the treatment process. Princess, please don't let out such immoral moans, Zeal said seriously. What? What are you saying? What do you mean, immoral? Princess Aisha felt embarrassed and angry after hearing Zeal's words. She also didn't notice when she made such a sound. Her face was red to the point of her ears. Please calm down, Princess. Focus on remembering and repeat which circulation I've done to you. My mana will lead to you mana, because this kind of mana control is complicated and requires precision and also a tremendous amount of mana. Zeal warned Princess Aisha, who was starting to lose her focus. Does that mean your mana count is huge, Zeal? Princess Aisha constantly asked out of curiosity. What? Zeal asked nonchalantly. No, nothing. Princess Aisha quickly realized her mistake and asked Zeal's matters. Time passed quickly. It was almost morning. Zeal let go of Princess Aisha's hands and took a deep breath. He was exhausted from running out of mana for the treatment. The amount of mana he could release in his sealed power state was minimal, so he had to force himself a little. After Zeus finished his treatment, he intended to leave the room immediately, but before leaving, Zeus said to Princess Aisha, "There's just a preliminary treatment, and we will do this treatment in the next few days. For now, only I can do this kind of treatment for you. Only people who know your body condition, possess large amount of mana, and a very high mana control can help with your treatment," Zeal explained in a weak voice. "Is that so? So you're coming back tomorrow night?" Princess Aisha asked shyly. She didn't know why she felt closer to Zeal after the treatment. Princess Aisha didn't know how she felt right now. What she knew was that she couldn't wait to see Zeal again tomorrow night. She thought those feelings were just gratitude towards Zeal, and she also thought of him as her friend. "I found a way for you to do your treatment without my help," Zeal answered without knowing the true meaning of the Princess Aisha's words. "That's not what I meant." Princess Aisha somehow felt disappointed after hearing Zeal's answer. "What do you say, Princess?" Zeal didn't understand what Princess Aisha wanted to say. "No, nothing." Princess Aisha quickly shook her head in embarrassment. "Please, keep this a secret from anyone, including the king and queen. That's my second condition." Zeal said another condition from his treatment. "Yes, I promise on my behalf as the first princess of the Argent Kingdom." Princess Aisha promised earnestly. "Then I excuse myself, Princess." Zeal walked towards the door and intended to leave the room. Princess Aisha wanted to say something, but the words got stuck in her throat. She remained silent until Zeal opened the door and left the room. "Good night, Princess," Zeal said softly and closed the door. Chapter 8. Siesta woke up and rushed to Princess Aisha's room in the morning. Since last night she was apprehensive about Princess Aisha's condition. Princess Aisha has been very good to her since childhood. She even considered Princess Aisha as her younger sister. In front of Princess Aisha's room, she knocked on her door several times. "Princess, this is Siesta. Are you awake? May I come in?" Siesta asked from the front of the Princess Aisha's room. "I'm awake. You can come in," Princess Aisha quickly answered from inside the room. When Siesta walked into the room, she was shocked to see what was happening in front of her. It wasn't because of Princess Aisha's deteriorating condition, but quite the opposite. Princess Aisha looked healthier than usual, and her face is not as pale as last night. The most surprising thing was her smile, which even fascinated Siesta. "Are you okay, Princess? How are you now? Are you still in pain?" Siesta re-examined Princess Aisha to confirm her condition. "I'm fine. I've never even felt this healthy," Princess Aisha chuckled after Zeal left. She subconsciously fell asleep. After waking up, she was surprised to feel her body became lighter and no longer feel the pain like last night. Are you sure? Siesta was still unsure. Of course. You can see for yourself, can't you? Princess Aisha showed Siesta a big smile to treasure her, reassure her. Yeah, I think you look fine. A little less can relieve your pain, thank goodness. Siesta even a sight of relief after seeing Princess Aisha's improvement condition, but there was something that still confused her before she could ask. Princess Aisha's room door suddenly opens. Sis, how are you? Are you still sick? I was so worried all night. If it weren't for you forcing me to rest in my room, I would like to accompany you. Princess Alice entered the room while crying. Princess Alice ran from her room to Princess Aisha's room with tears in her eyes. She felt anxious about her sister's condition after seeing her pale face yesterday. After Princess Alice entered, Zeal followed behind her. He was the one who accompanied Princess Aisha all night. When Princess Aisha saw Zeal, Princess Aisha's face turned red at the thought of Zeal holding her hand all night. I'm fine, Alice. Can you see for yourself, right? So you don't have to worry anymore. Princess Aisha hugged Princess Alice while stroking her head. Sometimes she glanced at Zeal and blushed. What she did was seen by Siesta. And I'll excuse myself, Princess. Siesta, Princess Alice, Zeal lowered his head and intended to leave the room. He didn't want to interrupt the two princesses' time. Zeal came out of Princess Aisha's room, and Siesta followed him. He also wanted to make room for the two princesses to spend time together. Siesta is a beautiful girl with short, shiny black hair. She looked beautiful and sexy in her maid outfit. Zeal. Wait, Siesta suddenly called out to Zeal. Yes? Is there anything you need, Miss Siesta? Zeal asked Siesta politely. You don't have to be so polite, Zeal. We are fellow servants of the princess. You can call me Siesta enough. Siesta answered in a more casual tone. Then Siesta, can I help you? Zeal spoke in the same tone as Siesta. Did you notice anything strange about Princess Aisha? Siesta asked about the thing that made her curious. Strange? What do you mean? I see Princess Aisha is fine. You could see she looks healthier than before. Zeal pretended to be confused by Siesta's question. That's not what I meant. She does look healthy, but she looks like a kid who just got a new toy. Siesta asked while looking at Zeal's reaction. The thing that made it difficult for her to know what Zeal was thinking was the mask covering his face. Siesta asked Zeal because she saw Princess Aisha's glance at Zeal several times and blushed. I didn't know about it either. I was with Princess Elise this whole time. Zeal replied calmly, Is that so? Siesta narrowed her eyes and doubted Zeal's words. Yes, there's nothing else you need. I'll go first. Zeal bowed slightly to Siesta and quickly left her. Tonight, in the center of the Sylvest city, there will be a festival. If you don't have work to do, you'll better go to the event to refresh up. Siesta said in a rather loud voice to Zeal. Okay, Zeal answered curtly. Then he walked down the corridor towards his room. Behind him, Siesta looked at his Zeal with a suspicious look. As night fell, Zeal went to the center of the Sylvest city. Luckily, it was very close to the castle, and it didn't take him long to get there. As Zeal was walking through the crowds, he was someone who looked familiar to him. She covered her body with a black robe. Even though Zeal couldn't see her face, he could recognize her from the mana emitted from her body. Then Zeal walked up to the person and gently patted her on the shoulders. Siesta and Princess Alice will panic if they found out that you weren't in your room, Princess Aisha. Zeal whispered to the black-robed person. What, Zeal? Why are you here? Princess Aisha joiled when somebody suddenly tapped her on the shoulders, and she was surprised to see that it was Zeal. I should be the one asking you that, Princess. What are you doing here alone without your guardian knight, Theodore? Zeal looked around and couldn't find anyone, including Princess Aisha. It was annoying when walking around this festival with the guardian knight around me. I won't be able to free to enjoy this festival. Princess Aisha answered casually and looked her eyes off Zeal. Is that so? Then please enjoy your festival, Princess. Zeal was about to leave her, but Princess Aisha grabbed his hand first. Since you are already here, so you must accompany me. You can't let the princess wandering around in a crowded place at night, can you? Princess Aisha said it as she was scared. If you know that, why don't you bring your guardian angel? Zeal said in his heart. But in the end, he had to accompany the Princess Aisha because it will be more troublesome if she were in danger in such a place. Princess Alice might be depressed after something happened to Princess Aisha, and it would interfere with Zeal's job as her butler. Alright, Princess, let's go. Zeal could only sigh in his heart. Wait, Zeal. So that we're not separated in the crowd, we must all dance. Princess Aisha said shyly. She didn't know why she said that either. Okay, Zeal quickly agreed. Then he gently held Princess Aisha's hand. And you can't call me princess in the crowd. And if somebody hears it, I'm afraid will become a commotion and trouble. Princess Aisha reminded Zeal. How shall I address you, Zeal? Didn't know how to address a princess without an honorific. You can call me Aisha. Princess Aisha's face turned red, and she looked away from Zeal. Somehow, she felt her behavior tonight was different from usual. Alright, Aisha, let's go. Zeal called her name without hesitation. Then he started walking while holding Princess Aisha's hand. Princess Aisha felt her face beat up slightly when Zeal called her name directly. The warmth of Zeal's hand was transferred to Princess Aisha's hand. Her cheeks were flushed, and sweet smile formed on her face without her knowing it. And it was just cute to see.